My name is Leah Reynolds. I'm from the United States, but I've been studying at New York University in Abu Dhabi for the past 3 years. I'm a senior there now, majoring in social research and public policy, and I'm specifically interested in education and policy, and also how the law and legal policy intersects with that.
And I'm Petrus. I'm originally from Indonesia. I'm also a student at New York University in Abu Dhabi. I major in economics with concentration in finance. I guess my area of interest would be behavioral economics, so the intersection between psychology and economics, and also corporate finance.
So I had heard about the work that the foundation was doing from some of the professors at NYU, and was really interested in seeing what sort of research is being done in the region, what sort of discussions are being had about education and policy, and what opportunities there might be for employment in the fields here in the GCC after I graduate. And then the projects that I've been working on for the foundation are related to a book that's going to be published about gender and education and the dynamics between the two in the GCC. At first I was working on a chapter about nationalization policies and the impact that they have on gender and education, working on a literature review of research that's been done about men and women in educational attainment, or the lack thereof of research. And the second project I worked on was for a chapter about modernity, examining publications about development in the Gulf and how those publications and international organizations or government ministries talk about gender and its relationship to development.
So when I chose to come to Iraq to intern with the Al Qasimi Foundation, there are a couple of things I was considering. First was it was a good chance for me to apply my economics and my econometrics theory that I've learned and actually use it for real data analysis. And I was talking to one of my professors who also did a project, a joint project with the foundation 4 weeks ago on the social science experiment. And he had worked with the foundation before, and he was telling me about all these great things that that normally undergrad students don't get to do until later on. So I was really involved in real research with the professor on the joint project. I was also considering that this was a good chance for me to see the real UAE outside just Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And yeah, it's been amazing. Also, I see it as a good chance for me to, in a way, contribute back to the country that has been so generous, I feel, to the university and to myself.
One of the really concrete things that I've learned is a software called In Vivo, which is really great for taking qualitative analysis of data, articles, interviews, and those sorts of sources, and analyzing them in a more quantitative manner to see what sorts of issues they're addressing. That's going to be extremely helpful to me as I look forward to doing an undergraduate thesis in the next year. And it was really exciting to do. It's a really helpful tool when you're doing research in a field that there's not a lot of existing literature for, and starting to look at the sources that do exist, whether it's newspapers or other sources of that kind. It's been really great working in a small office that has a really friendly atmosphere, and especially being in a really multicultural office environment. I've enjoyed that Ras Al Khaimah is a little bit, has more of a community feel than being in Abu Dhabi in the big city. And so I think I've learned a lot about taking advantage of the experiences you have with your coworkers, and learning how to work with people from different educational backgrounds to accomplish the same project.
The practical thing I learned here, I would say a couple of things. First, this is the first time I actually have to work the full office hours like ever in my life. So adjusting to that lifestyle is very interesting. And also, when I first came, I remember my first few days here in RAC, like getting through 2 or 3 journal articles was a struggle, and now I can get through 40 articles in a week. So I've learned real research skills, and I feel that if I were to do my capstone, my senior thesis tomorrow, I would be very prepared.
I was thinking that the most memorable moment was the iftar dinner that we had together last week, to see how passionate the foundation is about engaging with the community and having those sorts of events and extending the family atmosphere to the community of RAC. Because my advice to interns that come would be to take advantage of the connections that the foundation has and how willing the staff here are to talk about their experiences in the community and how they came to be in the position that they're in, because it's a very unique privilege to be able to delve deeper into the society that we're living in here in the UAE and take advantage of the resources that the foundation has, since they're so welcoming to us, even though we're here for a short time, and willing to teach us and help us be part of the projects that are going on.
Well, the most memorable moment for me would be when I completed my first literature review ever. I didn't even know what it was prior to coming to this foundation. I remember printing it out, hard copy, and then walking to my supervisor's office, smiling, and then put it on her table and said, I did it. And then my advice to future interns would be to interact more with the colleagues here, because they're amazing people. This is, again, a very multicultural, diverse workplace. And you'll be amazed like how just by interacting with like your colleagues, you may actually get insight into the problem you're currently facing in your work.